Hey everyone, Ranger Liz here with this thing right here. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 32, Beyond the Grid. My neighbor's using a leaf blower apparently. I'm sorry, this is the only time my daughter's napping is when I can film and... Sorry. So, Beyond the Grid, we have a Solar Ranger right here in this awesome cover of her kicking some butt and maybe taking some names, but probably just kicking butt. We open with, remember when last we left our heroes, they were ambushed. Wah, wah, wah. They were totally been ambushed, but they weren't the only one. Remember, of course, Carol was on the spaceship with Grace and everybody else that was left. It was attacked and drained of their stuff, so they're not in a good place. The Rangers are trapped and have been doing friends. Ooh, maybe that sound will stop. They get the message that the Promethea has been depowered. This... Should I talk about the art already in it? It's still growing on me. Let's say the art style. With that, I couldn't tell if that was like Grace or Andros. Maybe it's just me. But they do start getting attacked, and without being able to suit up again with the light. Turn, maybe. That'll help. Without being able to suit up, they still took down lots of baddies. And, well, actually, they weren't really doing that great. Until Mike, Mr. Magnet Defender, decides, and he goes, if there's one thing I'm good for, it's a last stand. That isn't... Okay, sure. So he ends up opening an air hatch or whatever, and whoosh, they all get thrown out, nearly saves himself. Cam, Green Samurai, I remember, I haven't gotten a lot with him yet, but he ends up saving Mike, and it turns into Tanya just being... Tanya makes him feel really, really bad about trying to off himself. The Ranger, they have this horrible realization when they're like, is this all that's out there? Like, vile creatures that are going to try to kill us? Like, is this the world that we've just landed into? They realize that all the power of the dagger has been drained from the ship, and then they find out that it was a Ranger who drained the dagger. Tanya giving Kim this big hug on it. She said that of all the Rangers we could have had, I'm glad it's you. Which really is strong to say. I mean, with her character as, being evil and coming back in, and then we get Heckyl a little later. But I love Tanya and her interaction that Kim can hopefully start feeling more like justified as being a Ranger, justified as saying, you're a hero, you're a leader. It doesn't mean there's a lot of people who could clearly be leaders in this group, but she seems to have kind of taken it as, she's the one who's probably seen more work, which is crazy because you get to think of like Andros and his past. But I don't really know where I was going with that other than I think Kim's the leader. And shot on this one. It's a nice scene between, you have Tanya throwing her arms around and Ranger Slayer, who's not used to getting hugs. She kind of has her arms down still, but she does give this smile, and this smile right here is just absolutely worth it with her character progression. Like, they're in a really bad situation, but hopefully because of her and her past and everything she had to go through, maybe the Rangers will survive and be in a much better shape. Tanya gives Mike the guilt trip for being the one who's tried to off himself, and Kim, Ranger Slayer Kim, and Heckyl have a great little moment. We find out a bit more about Heckyl and why, excuse me for the yawn, and why he has been staying away from the rest of the Rangers. You see, he is, as he says, further. He's from a long time away, when they knew me when I was snide and Heckyl, but I am not that person anymore. They were pulled from a different point. So we have Heckyl, who, we don't know at this point how many years was it. They pulled him 2 years into the future. Who knows how long Heckyl will stay alive. I don't know, but Absolutely. Just a really great interaction between the two of them about being. Kim says, I don't think this ship is big enough for two dark, mysterious, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say tragic backstories. Or tragic strangers with shadowy backgrounds. I am going to love these two together. Really, really think so. Hopping back to the Promethea, kind of getting an upgrade on everything. So the dragger was just a conductor. That Rogue Ranger ruined the only thing keeping the ship afloat. No powers. They have, maybe what's in their morphers. The Rangers get an image of the thief, as they're calling her. The thief. And Andros, get back to the scout ships, guys. We have to find her. They do find her on this guy, the Amethyst Asteroid. There we go. The Amethyst Asteroid. Everything's all nice and purple, dark. At Remy's Tavern. Yeah, there we go. We've already got some awesome stuff about Heckyl and Ranger Slayer, so I'm happy with that already. And now we get to go to a tavern. That's always a new place. You don't really get to see Rangers in taverns too often. Except in space, because, they're the shady ones. Or maybe SPD. I could totally see SPD having some drinks together. In the back of this tavern, we found out about... Now, in the first one, they say, Predator, but then we just see, Praetor everywhere. I'm just going to say it's Praetor. Praetor is starting to take over. So we're like, okay, so this is probably going to be your big bad, of the show. He's taking out... Let's see, hydrogen harvest collapsed. Whole system's going to starve. Crystal planet dying. Praetor, you're totally taking over everything. In the back room, though, we learned very quickly that our Solar Ranger is actually named Ilarian, who goes by Ari for short. I did not think we would be learning her identity. We don't know anything. There's no other backstory or really anything to it. But it's not Corone. And that alone is... I was kind of like, it'll probably be Corone or whatever. Just kind of throwing what, a common theory could have been. But we get a whole new person. Woohoo! Of maybe she's a human, maybe she's not human. Who in the world know what it is? But we find out that these people are the raiders that were attacking her. And they're trying to know... the raiders don't know what the Solarix is, but they know the Praetor wants it. The Solarix is what she has, and the Solarix is what the raiders are after. She's been on the run, trying to keep things away from the raiders, from Praetor. We don't know exactly what this thing is yet, but it is very, very important. You get a nice little... you kind of get a little bit of this relationship between... Ari and is it Remy? I'm not really sure what the other person's name is right now. But she's getting stitched up a little bit, finally demorphs, because she says it's not that she's afraid that she's in danger here. It's that everyone else is in danger because she is there. As Ari is getting patched up, she gets interrupted by the Power Rangers, who immediately are like, do you remember draining our spaceship? Because we do. And we're pretty friggin' ticked about that. At the time I was like, yeah... That's just so weirdly not rangery. And I don't know why. Of all the other non-rangery things they say, I don't know why that got to me. But at any rate, she says, never let your guard down. Boom, boom. Yeah, stay back, Remy. So yeah, that is Remy's name. The person she was talking to is named Remy, I guess I should say. All of the Rangers morph, including Solar Ranger. And, Tiny's like, we do have a limited window, guys. However... Ari says it's too much vortex energy. You will lead them right to us. Vortex energy. So I wonder if that, they would say too much morphin energy or morphin power or whatever. They're saying vortex. So I'm sure that phrase and everything is going to definitely come into play. The servants of the Praetor, the Crimson Raiders, look like this guy. They, I gotta tell you, look way scarier than putties. As a thief, traitor to the Lord and Praetor, return the Solarix to its true master. We sense the energy of the dead space of the grave worlds. It all came together burning bright. Yeah, they morphed. Things were bad. And again, Andros or someone says, no, I'm sorry, it was Cam, the enemy of my enemy looks pretty freaking great right now. They said freaking twice in it. And I'm like, that's just, maybe they've said that in comic books before. I don't know why that just irked me. It made me seem a little strange. But the enemy of my enemy is my friend in this case. And all of the Rangers, be it good, evil, or who knows what at this point, take on the Crimson. Wait, the Crimson, the Crimson Raiders. Where? Man, I feel like the Crimson, like, I feel like I heard that before. Like, it's in a video game or something. I'm gonna have to check that out. We have a Solar Ranger basically going, how'd you do that? You don't have weapons, you don't have whatever. How did you do it? How do you fight them back? LR, you find out, the Praetor soldiers are fighting for a thing. They're fighting to get something. We're fighting for our people. Andros, you stole our life, shit, blah, blah, blah. We get quite a bit of awesome thing, though, about Ari, and that's, she is, I don't want to say quick to die, but she's like, if you kill me, you have to protect this thing at all costs. I don't care if you kill me. You have to protect this thing. We, again, don't really know what it is yet, but it's getting even more important as the story goes on. And she's even surprised, like, you don't mean to kill me? And they're like, you don't really get so much mercy, do ya? Anyway, she says the Solaric stays with me. She goes to run off. We're gonna go with you. And it ends with, the thief has taken flight, O Praetor, but we can track her and the sacred Solarics. We can smell her like blood in the water, and that. Oh, so that's the little hologram guy, and this is the big bad. It makes you wonder, is the big bad really that big, or does he just have a really small hologram because he's trying to compensate for something? I'm not sure, but I hope we find out more. And I'm telling you, it's Lord, spoiler alert, it's just Lord Draken. He's back. They figured out a way to bring him. I'm kidding. It's not really Lord Draken. Instead of a morph, we got this awesome shot here of all the helmets. It was good. I didn't read it until, I think the issue was out for about 3 or 4 days before I got to read it. And I really heard mixed reviews of some people saying that they still really, they didn't really like it. They thought it wasn't, beyond the grid. And then some people said they really enjoyed it. So I kind of went in, like, not really knowing what to expect. And I gotta say, like, that first read through, I got done reading it and I'm like, yeah, I enjoyed that. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just kind of read it with, like, little emotion. And then afterwards, when I got through, like, thinking about it, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good. I enjoyed that. And reading it again, just picking up even more about the Solarics and the Crimson Raiders, they're really setting up for a big, awesome story. And I'm pretty excited as to where all of this is going. I'm loving the interaction between Ranger Slayer and Heckyl. Tanya and Magna Defender are kind of getting more chances to shine. Hopefully Cam, will kind of get a little life in the next issue. Andros is just being, he's the leader, whatnot type, and that's what he's doing. But go pick it up, guys. I recommend it. Keep reading. Beyond the Grid is definitely going really good places, and I'm excited to see where it's going to go. So, thanks so much for hanging out and chatting comic books with me. My name's Ranger Liz. Don't forget to check out last week's Super Ninja Steel review. This Friday, as always, a Ranger Week and Toku Week in Review, where we talk about everything that happened in the world of Power Rangers. And this Saturday, November 3rd, Extra Life for the Kids, 24-hour gaming marathon. Whew, it's going to be fun. My name's Ranger Liz. My name's Ranger Liz. Thanks for hanging out. Toodles.